I love the fact that airplane emergencies are so rare that when they actually do happen, they're worth making a whole movie about them. Sully. So Sully is the true story of the during and after of what is supposedly called the Miracle on the Hudson. Apparently back in 2009 there was an airplane that was taking off from LaGuardia, but then both the engines stopped working, so the captain had to land the plane in the Hudson River. The miraculous thing about it is that every single one of the passengers survived. And the story focuses on how the captain, Chesley Sullenberger, has to deal with that, has to deal with being called a hero by New York. But he doesn't really see it that way. He's like, no, I was just doing my job. Alright, Tom Hanks is Sully. Tom Hanks, if you ask me, is one of the best actors in the business. The dude disappears into his roles like no other actor can do, and he did a really great job as this airplane pilot who's kind of dealing with PTSD, and you see that right in the beginning of the movie. When the movie starts off, you're like, wow, this is intense, like PTSD stuff. Took me back to Iron Man 3 in that sense. That was really cool. Everyone else did a pretty good job in the movie too. Aaron Eckhart was really good. He was the co-pilot with Sully, so he kind of shows Sully that, yeah, you're not the only one going through this PTSD. You know, I was there too. Just, I'll admit, his mustache took a little getting used to for me. And the visual effects, the big plane scenes where you actually see the plane like crashing into the river, that was some real intense shit. I don't know how the crew of this movie pulled that off. It looked like a real airplane crashing into a real river. Believe me, I've been on a number of airplane flights and I've never been through an emergency or anything. So when like the lights go off in the cabin and you hear the attendants going, brace for impact, you see how the passengers deal with that? I was like, oh my god, what would I do in that situation? I thought that was pretty well done. The place where this film took a hit for me was the structure of the film, the editing. The movie starts out after the crash and then it goes back to before the crash and then goes to the crash itself and then it goes after again. I mean, can't we all just be linear with our movies? Like, what happened to the good old days where you just showed beginning, middle, end? I'm fine with flashbacks in a movie, you know, like maybe 1 or 2 is fine, but this film actually goes back and forth a few times and your brain kind of has to play catch up. You're like, okay, where are we now? Alright, fine. That happened with me like 2 or 3 times during this film. I mean, the phrase is cause and effect. It's not effect, then cause, then effect again. That's all I'm saying, really. And the score. The score of this film was just okay. It wasn't really that special. There are these weird vocals that you would hear in the beginning. I didn't really feel that they fit. So the score, But other than those minor flaws, the performances in this movie were awesome. I mean, it's Tom Hanks in the movie. That's all I really need to want to go see it. The story and the visuals were done very, very well, top notch. Sully is worth seeing. In fact, I will say, go see this movie while it's in theaters. So Sully, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.